Hi, I'm at the Funkatorium in Asheville, North Carolina. The Funkatorium is an offshoot of the Wicked Weed Brewing Company. The theme of this place is casks. Almost all of their beers are fermented in casks, old wine casks, bourbon casks, whiskey casks, etc. So it really lends an interesting flavor to all of their beers. This place is really fantastic. I have not had a beer I disliked here. They really specialize in saisons, sour ales, tart ales, even fruit ales, but none of them are overly sweet. In fact, today I'm going to talk about one called Brettaberry, and as you can see, it comes with this really interesting contraption when you get the bottle, and the contraption is made to prevent the sediment from pouring out, so you can pour it that way. And if you look closely, all of these pieces are actually made from old wood casks, and all of the decorations inside are made from old wood casks. So it's got a real interesting theme. It has this great porch. At night there are dangling lights and all that. It's a really cool view, and you can see the mountains in Asheville in the background. So the scene is really fantastic. Now, getting to the beer, this Brettaberry really struck me last night. I had a chance to sample a number of these, and the Brettaberry is a strawberry beer, which I'm often resistant to fruit beers because they tend to be very sweet. It's very rare that I'm interested in an extremely sweet beer, but this one is called a tart farmhouse ale. Farmhouse ale is a French ale. It's like the saison. It's pretty complex. It has a sour quality to it. This one in particular is extremely sour and tart, and that might not be for everybody. The interesting thing about this ale is that it hits you with that tartness right off the bat. It's extremely sour immediately, but as it goes back, sort of in the middle of your mouth, you begin to get a little bit of that fruity flavor, but it sort of rounds out the flavor. The tartness recedes a bit, and you get a really nice sort of saison flavor. What's really interesting about this beer, and the reason I wanted to review it today, was that when you finish, and you let it go back, it takes a few seconds almost. I didn't really notice it until I put my glass down. There's this overwhelming strawberry flavor that comes up. Now, again, it's not too strong. It isn't super sweet, but it's really fantastic. A sour ale is not for everybody, like I said, but I think if you're a beer person and you enjoy complex beers that, when I say complex, I mean like beers that like at different stages of your mouth and your throat, the sort of aromatic quality, this is a beer I think you'll really enjoy. I found myself really enjoying it. And you might ask, what might you drink a sour ale like this with? I wouldn't say much. This isn't a beer that I would pair with much food-wise. It's almost a dessert beer. It's kind of like the equivalent of like a sour dessert, sour and sweet together. So I would say it's meant to be enjoyed alone. And it's a fantastic late night beer, or even just an afternoon drinking beer. It's only 5.5% alcohol by volume, so it's not going to hit you hard. You could have a few of these and not really notice, and they're meant to be sipped. They, come in these little glasses like this, and they don't make big pours. So yeah, overall, I think this whole place, the Funkatorium, is fantastic. Every beer I've had is amazing, and Asheville in general, there are 10 different places I could review and hope to at some point. And I haven't had many bad beers. They're all pretty complex and fantastic. They're made for a person like me. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the Funkatorium. You should check it out.